Something else that I want to touch on, Emily, is something that I'm shocked that people don't know this, so I have to make sure when they're dating that they do this.
Okay.
When you're using a condom,
yes,
you cannot use oil.
Oh yeah.
With a condom.
Big
Yes.
thing.
It jeopardizes. It could break a condom.
Yeah.
So
causes the latex to break down.
Exactly. So I want people to know out there that if you're using coconut oil, for example, in condoms, you might get pregnant or you might catch STIs. Less chances, but
so just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Do water-based
lubricants.
Yeah,
lots of good ones. Yeah,
there's lots.
This
of
coming from
ones.
like the ShamWow woman of coconut oil. I use it for anything and everything possible.
Wow,
but condoms. No.
Exactly.
Agreed.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And one last thing I want to talk about dating, and that's consent.
Oh yeah.
So
it goes back to what we were saying.
It goes back to what we're saying before. When we talked about this in another show, you do it from the time you're kids. You ask to give a hug, etc.
Yeah.
But you have to make sure that both partners are consenting.
Yeah.
It's not simply granting permission for an activity. For consent to truly be given, it must be clear and it must be enthusiastic. You have to make sure that the person is all in, and just because a person gave you consent once, it doesn't mean they're going to give it to you again. So check in again.
Yes.
It has to be. You have to get consistently. You have to consistently get consent from each time. The person might change their mind. You can say things like, "How is this for you?" You could also. Do you want to? Is this okay? Do you like this? Like those. That's the kind of language that you can use.
Yeah.
You can say, "Would you like to have sex?" Of course.
Yeah.
But then keep asking all along.
How are you doing?
How are you doing with this all along? And I just want to make sure, as a sexual educator, I used to teach sex ed in the 90s.
Yeah.
And I just have to bring that up again.
Well, and it's really important too. Just quickly on that, like I think that again, this goes back to sexual communication. Even though there's a lot of people that have a hard time vocalizing about sex, that's an area where you can't be shy about it. And there are a lot of cases that come up where people say that they're in the gray zone. Like someone has been accused of rape or sexual assault. And oftentimes you'll see the stories, they're like, we thought the person, often the male in the situation, is saying, I thought it was fine. And, every case, there's a lot of, I'm sure, people saying that to save their asses. But I do think for young people especially, no one knows what they're doing. And if you can't, and again, this is why it's so important, like if you don't know how to talk about sex or about what you want or need, you shouldn't be having it at all. So if you can't comfortably say to somebody, no, yes, if you don't know how to ask things, you shouldn't be having sex. Like take some more time and figure it out, because otherwise like the consequences can be pretty severe. And I think that's really important. So like you said, as a sex ed teacher. Yeah. Big important point.
Yeah. And make it really super clear. It's gotta be super clear.
And enthusiastic, like you said.
Enthusiastic, yes.
Awesome.
You have to be enthusiastic about sex, right?
Yes, exactly. Yes.